I'm Tracy Barnes-Priestley. Tonight on What's on Your Bucket List, you'll hear some beautiful music with our first guest, and then we'll share in the excitement of a woman finally getting to explore something she'd been curious about for over 50 years. Coming up next on What's on Your Bucket List. Roberta Dugan began piano lessons in the first grade, and though she wanted to play trombone, her mother steered her to the flute. Roberta was hooked and began a lifelong love affair with this beautiful instrument. Even motherhood didn't slow her down. Roberta joined Arcata's all-season orchestra when her boys were little, but eventually it was time for her son's musical education, though their lessons conflicted with Roberta's rehearsals. Like so many women, she put her interests aside for her kids. However, once her boys were raised, and following the death of her husband a few years ago from early onset Alzheimer's, Roberta knew she needed to get back to making music with others. What's on Roberta's bucket list? Returning to the All Seasons Orchestra. Here we are at the Arcata Community Center, the old community center, D Street. And Roberta, this is what rehearsal for you?
My fourth rehearsal.
Fourth rehearsal. How's it been going?
It's been going fantastic, Tracy. I'm having a great time.
You are. What are you liking about it?
Well, I love practicing every night.
You do?
It's exciting. I've really enjoyed, just the music is very challenging, so I can't wait to get in there and go to the woodshed and work on those parts that are very challenging for me.
Well, for those of us who don't play flute, what exactly is a challenge when you're a flute player?
Well, I would say playing in the high register. I've been avoiding that area for some decades, so getting up there, and my embouchure is a little flabby and trying to...
What's that term?
My embouchure is using your lips to make a very fine, small opening to get up into the high register notes. And I haven't gone up there for a long time, and it's tiring. I actually get tired from practicing.
Do you think how much is it, a physical or mental or a combination of both?
Maybe a combination, but definitely physical. Like my lips are tired.
Yeah. Even though you, all day long at work, you're talking.
Yes, I am.
A whole different muscle set, right?
Yes.
Well, what's it been like to walk back in here after 25 years?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was a deja vu moment. Everything's still the same, but I'm not in my 30s anymore. I'm in my 60s.
Yeah.
And it was just magical to think that this is still here and I could return to it.
How wonderful. Any familiar faces in the crowd?
Yes, there are familiar faces, and it was a joy to see people and think that they might remember me. And, I think there was some recognition there, even though it was a long time ago.
So it's a warm, welcoming group.
Very warm and welcoming.
One of the people welcoming her is orchestra conductor Jeremy Cotton. And let me begin by thanking you for letting us crash rehearsal. I think it's really fun for people to see kind of what goes on that they may not be aware of. The orchestra is made up of all different ages and all different skill levels.
All seasons.
All seasons. Is there an audition process?
No, we accept nearly everyone. Right now we have a surplus of certain instruments, so we're trying to put the kibosh on certain instruments, but because there's just too many. We don't have an audition process. We invite people to come, and if they have a hard time playing the music, then we say, play what you can. What we call the skeleton of, say there's 16 notes and you can only hit 4.
Right.
Play those 4. The biggest challenge is recruiting, getting people to join. We need a lot of more string players.
So when Roberta and her flute wanted to re-up and come back after 25 years, thank you, you found a spot for her in that section.
Of course we're going to take her in. She's, was in how many years ago?
25 years ago.
25 years ago. So yeah, of course we're going to take her back.
Yeah, well, and she said that she's seen a lot of familiar faces, and some of these people have been here throughout most of the process?
We just celebrated our 30th anniversary of when George and Ann Rodden started the orchestra. And some people have been in for 30 years, or at least were there 30 years ago, went away and came back just like Roberta did.
Explain to the audience, please, that it is a volunteer organization. It's through the city of Arcata?
It is through the city of Arcata, and it's actually a class. So there's actually a registration fee that we have to pay. Arcata residents pay a slightly smaller fee than non-Arcata residents because we are an Arcata orchestra.
Right.
For those that can't find the money, we do have a scholarship program too. So we want everyone who wants to play to come play.
Well, it's wonderful to perform music with the group, I know. So thank you for what you're doing, and I won't hang you up anymore. I know you've got an orchestra to conduct.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, that's why
Here we are, Trinidad Town Hall, and it's performance time. How you feeling?
Great.
Are you?
Yes.
What's it been like getting ready?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Kind of a deja vu.
Is it? It reminds you of when you were here before?
Yes, it does.
In a good way, I hope.
In a great way.
Yeah. So what have been the challenges for you in this whole process? Because it's been, a couple months now since we've seen you.
Well, I work in an accounting firm, and it's been tax season, and I've been working every day of the week, it seems.
Oh my gosh.
So that's been challenging.
Including Saturdays.
Yes.
Right? And
that's
today's Saturday.
correct.
Exactly.
So that's been a challenge.
Uh-huh.
I've had a couple of malfunctions with my instrument, which have been, it's been repaired like 3 times.
Well, oh really? So yesterday wasn't, we need to explain that, well, when you walk everybody through what happened, that was just yesterday, right?
Just yesterday, on Thursday night, I went to play, and the flute was absolutely broken, and it would not play anything, so I called my good friends, and they put me in touch with someone who could come and help me, and she repaired it.
Did she really?
In the same day.
In the same day?
Yes.
And so here you,
So here I am, like nothing ever happened.
Do you have butterflies?
A little bit.
What do you do? What do you do to prep for a concert?
Well, I had a good meal, so I wouldn't get hungry.
Yeah.
And then I just had a cup of tea about an hour ago, and just breathing and try to relax and, not overstress.
Yeah. Well, you feel ready?
Yes, I do.
I'm looking forward to it.
Great, me
All
too.
right, go warm up.
Okay, thank you.
congratulations. You did it.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
It feels fantastic.
What was it like up there?
It was really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so wonderful just to be in the music and be in the middle of it and sharing it.
And isn't it different when you finally get to perform for an audience?
Yes.
What I can't, I don't know what, can you describe it? Because I've often had trouble describing that feeling.
Well, when I'm practicing at home, it's just technical and breathing and posture, and with the audience, it's just all these people taking it in and sharing it.
Yeah. There's an energy,
It's
isn't
an
there?
energy.
Yeah,
It's a
that you don't
beautiful
get.
sharing of
Yeah,
energy.
yeah, it was wonderful, and I loved the selection. Some of those, the Vivaldi piece was my first exposure to classical music, and so to hear, yeah. So thank you, that was wonderful. So you've managed to check this off your bucket list.
Yes.
Do you think you'll come back?
Yes.
Oh, good. I was hoping you'd say that instead of, no, I'm never ever going to do this
And
ever
my
again.
family members are already arranging to come for the July concerts.
Are they really?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, I'm happy
I
for
know,
you.
me too.
Yeah. Well, anything else you would like to add about this whole experience to people who are thinking about having a bucket list?
I would say if you just have a yearning inside of your soul that you'd like to do something, to just set aside all of your objections and just do it.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Thank you for urging me with this opportunity, making it happen.
Oh, well, I've been so happy to be along for the ride.
Great.
Thank you,
You're
Roberta.
welcome.
Okay.
Next up, we get to share another woman's dream come true. Teacher Diana Heberger fell in love with Native American culture when she was in her 20s. Exploring and understanding the rich practices, values, and beliefs of Native people became her life's work. But one piece of her lifelong study always eluded her, and she put it on her bucket list: the Clark Museum's remarkable Native American permanent collection held upstairs away from public view.
Here we are, minutes away from checking something very big off of your bucket list.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Moved, excited, privileged, a dream come true.
Oh, good.
Yes.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
I think so. Now, when I was doing some of the research, we were chatting the other day, and you moved to Humboldt County in 1974.
Yes.
And the Clark was only 14 years old.
Yes.
At that point. Were you aware of the collection?
You know, I can't remember. I moved to Humboldt County because I was really interested in the Native culture. I started coming for myself to look at the collection because I've always been so interested in the artifacts that are here. And then when I taught, I immediately started bringing my children here, my school children.
Oh, of course you
Yes.
taught at Garfield.
Garfield.
Right? And you bring your kids. What did you want them to get from the experience?
Well, we had talked a lot about the culture, Native cultures, in age-appropriate ways. I wanted them to really respect the people who had been here before the, quote, explorers came.
Right.
Because that was part of my curriculum, was local history and freshwater, but I wanted them, who was already in freshwater. Then I wanted them to actually see the objects, the articles, the artifacts, the regalia that was made from the flora and fauna that we were studying. So that's what I wanted them to get. Respect, appreciation, and to kind of change their lives to be in touch with the beauty of this place where we live.
We are. Are there some particular things you want to be? Because what we're doing is taking you behind the scenes to the vast collection that I understand is considered one of the best and largest in the country. Things that you
well, you know, because I've really extensively looked at the Native American collection, I even made little booklets up for my children when they were going around so they could focus. So I've seen it change like 6 times probably over the years. And I always wondered, well, where does it go when it's not here? And I was especially interested in things that were made, well, you can't say things that were made out of natural materials, but I was also always interested like in spoons or wedges or large storage baskets, which sometimes are here and sometimes. Utilitarian baskets in terms of eel traps and things like that, but also regalia, which I have a deep respect for. And I wanted to see that because I have some questions about storing regalia that all museum people do now.
Yes.
Because we've luckily changed our attitudes about all of that.
You ready?
Oh my gosh, I'm ready.
Let's go check off something from your bucket list.
Wow. All right.
We had the most wonderful guide for Diana's once-in-a-lifetime experience, Hoopa tribal member Brittany Britton, who was the curator for the Nellis Hall Native American collection at the Clark Museum.
So this is the newest collection, or the newest exhibit. So it's all about women's ceremonial dresses throughout time. So from our collection starting in the late 1800s
Oh my
to
goodness.
a new dress that we borrowed that was made just last year by a young girl in the community, actually.
This is a beauty, isn't that?
Oh, and this dress, so it's a Randall collection dress, and we actually loaned it out in 2018 in October for Sumac Village Day. And our youngest docent, Isabel, actually got to wear it in the dress walk.
You know, that's what something I was going to ask you, is that I know that regalia needs to dance, because I do respect deeply and share the belief that, you know, the spirit of the thing comes out in using it, and just sitting there, I don't know what expression you would use.
No, totally.
But this, to know that it does dance.
Yeah.
Finally, it was time to take Diana upstairs to see what she had been curious about for decades. Clearly, checking off this long-awaited visit from her bucket list was a truly powerful experience for her.
Oh, dear.
This is so wonderful. Oh my goodness.
It just keeps going.
Can I go back there?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
We have storage baskets. We have all of the trinkets in the world. Caps galore.
Yeah, love that.
With
Don't
the-
you love that
with the pileated
woodpecker
woodpecker?
fit?
Yeah. And that's one of our fancier caps.
Yes.
2 caps that fancy.
Oh.
We have some out of the area items, which is really nice. And they're all just on these two shelves.
this unusual one, you know, with a that would be more of a
Like Pomo?
Oh
Oh no, which one are you talking about?
yes, no. I was thinking.
Oh, maybe it's not. I could look it up.
Oh, I don't know. I met Elsie Allen, the Pomo weaver, and went
Oh,
to
yeah.
dig spruce roots with her, or no, they were willow roots with her
Yeah.
and a friend of hers. And I was 30, and they were like 75, and I got tired, and they said, "Oh, you white woman, you just don't know how to work." It's overwhelming to me because I spent my life studying this. You know, I really did.
That's really great.
So I could really, it seems so important to me for children to understand.
And it seemed like you were like miles ahead of
Yes.
like even some teachers I've had.
Yes, and it did
Yeah.
get me in trouble because I
yeah.
didn't understand.
Like you were being radical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
So these are a mix of gambling trays and flower
oh,
trays.
gambling. Did they put the sticks in the
Yeah,
tray?
they put the sticks in the tray.
And then they would throw them out. I worked with a man named Seeley Griffin, and he demanded that I learn gambling songs.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, "I don't know, Seeley." He said, no, I want you to learn this song. And so I have tapes of him teaching me
That's
songs,
really cool.
and or tapes of him drumming and singing.
And there's still gambling tournaments like at Sovereign's Day in Hoopa. Everyone's told there'll be one at the Fish Fair in Klamath, or not Fish, the Salmon Festival in Klamath.
yes.
Yeah, they'll do gambling tournaments. That's coming back big time. And it's like all
So
day.
these are,
So they're a mix of
acorn.
acorn flour trays.
is this the one where they would
Yeah,
go like
to get
this?
like the husk off, or
Yeah.
to get like the smaller stuff.
Oh, look at that.
That's exquisite.
So yeah, so we have a number of jewelry items, and then up top we just kind of have we're working on organizing this still. So these are strands of money.
Yes.
You can see the different
And the carvings
the
on them,
carving,
yes. And the wrappings.
Sometimes it's like snake skin, sometimes it's different sinew. Sometimes you'll see, like in this bundle, the pileated woodpecker scalp pieces.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are all money. little strands of money.
Yeah.
You can see some of them are still on their original strands because you can see
It looks like iris.
yeah,
is it?
the iris, definitely. And then we have mixes.
Oh, and look at how this one's coming off.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and we're always working on conservation.
Yes.
Things.
What a ongoing process.
Some of
you
these
have.
are pieces from maybe other dresses that have popped off that we'll fix as we move through. We'll just go through all the drawers. How about that?
Oh, this is different. And then here's what you were talking about
Yeah, another
downstairs
halo.
from the
Yeah, so this is
flower
from the same
dance.
collection.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And what material is that?
So it's porcupine quill.
That
That's
split?
porcupine quill. Yeah, so it's
Oh my
split and
gosh.
braided.
Oh
can see
my
the
gosh,
braid.
split and braided
It's flattened and then
Yeah.
braided, I think. I was watching the girl.
and dyed with the
and dyed with the
lichen or
the lichened or
grape.
the grape.
Yeah.
Oregon
Oregon
grapefruit.
grapefruit.
Yeah, the Oregon grapefruit you could always tell because it's like bright highlighter yellow. And this stuff fades a little bit.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, yes.
I'll pick one up because it sounds amazing. Yeah. So like not a lot can compare
Not
to
a
that
lot.
sound.
But when you do, when you do that kind of simple movement, you just have this. So beautiful.
And this one's a really, really old necklace because you can see the iris fiber.
Oh my goodness.
So this is strung. A lot of our necklaces are strung on iris fiber, which is beautiful.
It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that intricacy. Ooh.
I pulled those because they were so
Yes.
gorgeous, and it matched
And
the
here, oh my gosh. Now this is a magnificent piece.
This was my
so-
favorite apron.
Oh,
So it was transferring pulled out. It just came off display.
oh, those are
it's-
red. They probably can't pick that up on the camera, but they're a beautiful scarlet color.
Yeah, and then these.
What would those be?
So those are just glass beads. Yeah, these are all probably Russian trade beads. So that blue, these like red
Yes.
beads, they were highly valuable. They are highly valuable because
Yes.
we were even trying to calculate how much it would be like if we went over to Talisman's and tried to buy
tried to
this.
buy all those.
Tried to buy this amount of
Yes,
beads. It would be
yes.
astronomical.
Yes.
I know. I remember coming in here and seeing this apron because I used the museum as a kid too. Like I'd come in here, and me and my family came in to look at dresses when we were making my dress.
Yes.
Because it's like that's an opportunity to see a lot of dresses on display, and I was like, I want this to be my dress. And my mom was just like, you're pretty little, and it's a very heavy apron. So this is how you could, and it's.
Yes,
That
it's
little tinkle
very
with that
subtle,
swing.
very subtle.
Yeah.
And sometimes you hear the bells.
Yeah. And then I brought out this necklace mostly because it matched the apron.
Listen to that. So when the
Yeah.
women are
Yeah,
doing
they're-
that, you get this beautiful sound. Oh, but it's wonderful. It's just wonderful to be this close to these things that I have admired for
Yeah.
3-4 decades. Just to get really close and really look at it and think about the people who made it.
Yeah.
And think about maybe when it was used and how it was used and how long it was used and how it got to the museum. It's just, if you can get a few stories, which I know you do have because of some of the collections.
Yeah.
But those are precious.
Definitely.
Oh, well, this is beyond what I could have imagined. It truly is
The more trinkets.
a dream come true. Tracy, thank you. Oh, Brittany, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping this happen and being such a wonderful guide for us.
I never thought that this would. A wonderful thing. Everybody's dream should come true.
Thank you for joining us. You can watch this and other entertaining bucket list episodes online at keat.org. Now, what's on your bucket list?